Everybody, here from VidGamiac.com. Welcome to part 2 of our playthrough of ValiDate. We are going for the Malik alternative endings today. So, we should have been back onto the main menu after we have completed our initial Malik playthrough. Go back to Start Date, which is going to take you back to the character select. Make sure you stick with Malik, and then make sure you pick Confirm. So, thankfully, whenever replaying a character, you are able to have access to a chapter select, so you can skip to whatever date you want to. So we're just going to start from the top and then work our way to the bottom. So we're going to start out with Yolanda. So all you have to do is just make sure you click on that character and then make sure you click on Send, and that's basically going to allow you to replay that date. So just like the initial playthrough, we are just going to get into the scene, hit the start button, and then pick our appropriate ending. Since we got all the good endings, we just need to go for the other alternative endings. There is always going to either be a bad ending, a rare ending, or both. If there are going to be both, you need to make sure you go through both of them. So for this first run, we're going to pick the bad ending, which is going to get us another 0-point achievement. Then what's going to happen is we're going to get kicked back to the chapter select. Just make sure you pick that same character if they did have a third ending to go through, and just make sure you pick that last ending. So we're going to go back to Yolanda, and we're going to pick the rare ending this time, which is going to get us the last achievement for her. And then from this point onward, we're just going to do that for every single person on that date list. So just make sure you run down the chapter list and then take care of every single other possible ending for all of the characters. Since we used our first playthrough to take care of all of the good endings, you don't have to repeat any of those. You just have to take care of any bad or rare endings. So just make sure you run through the entirety of the list. There's going to be 5 characters total, and make sure you swap them out once you are done with the previous one, and make sure you are keeping track of which ones you have done and haven't done. So the best way to do this is to just go straight down the list and make sure you do bad ending first and then rare ending if they do have both of them. Now, just like before, a majority of these achievements are going to be 0-point achievements, so unfortunately we aren't going to be able to up our gamer score significantly during this particular portion of the playthrough. However, all of these 0-point achievements are going to be needed for the completion, so if you care about completing the game, you are going to need these, and honestly, the gameplay loop is going to be so simple that you might as well knock it out at the same time. So running through all of the alternate endings should take about 5 minutes or so a little longer than the initial playthrough. However, we don't have to do the intro nor the epilogue again, so we just need to make sure we stick to anything that has any binary options to it that is going to take us down an alternate storyline. So here we are on the third person on the list, which is going to be Alonzo. Alonzo is only going to have a bad ending, not a rare ending. If you run into these cases where there are only going to be 2 choices, just make sure you do the one and only opposite choice to the good ending, and that way you can wrap up that character way faster, thankfully, since they don't have a rare ending to go through. Not every character is going to have a rare ending. Moving on to Isabel. Isabel's playthrough on her alternate side is going to be pretty important because this is going to be one of the few things that actually does give you an achievement. So make sure you pick her bad ending, and this is going to give you the second to last achievement that has gamer score tied to it. So Dangerous Door right here for 200 gamer score for getting Isabel's bad ending. So that's going to be 4 out of 5 of the achievements that actually do give you gamer score, and you should be 800 of 1,000 of the total gamer score once you take care of that second Isabel ending. So the last achievement that gives you gamer score isn't going to be for a while, so we're going to have a bunch of 0-point achievements to look forward to. But again, these are going to be needed for the completion, and again, the game isn't going to be super long, so might as well knock them out of the way at the same time. But here we are getting her third ending, which is going to be another 0-pointer. So make sure you take care of that. And then we have one last person to get their alternates for, which is going to be Rocky. So click on that and then click on Send. And then this one is going to have another bunch of endings. So start button, and then make sure you pick the other endings. We're going to have another bad ending and a rare ending to get through. Make sure you take care of the first one, which should get you one more achievement for 0 gamer score. Back over to the character select, pick one more, and that should give you the other achievement, and that's going to actually be it since we don't need to do the intro nor the epilogue since they don't have any alternatives to them. We can feel free to wrap up this playthrough, which should wrap up everything we need for Malik, thankfully. So make sure you tune in next time where we're going to move on to the next character and then have another gameplay loop very similar to this. So make sure you stay tuned for that, but that's it for now, and that's all there is to it.